Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Y'all, welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. I am your host, Brian Taylor Bridges. I am your host, Brian Taylor Bridges. Good evening, y'all. I just wanted to come right on and talk about this 911 joke. 911 is a joke in the black community. I'm going to tell y'all why, y'all. Rest in peace to Sister Jaquisha Armstrong. Again, rest in peace to Sister Jaquisha Armstrong. You know, she was a victim of a domestic violence situation, you all, but not in May, which was last month, May the 5th, you all. But in this particular situation, in particular case, I mean, she done everything she needed to do in her situation to protect herself. She was in a situation with her baby's father, which is domestic violence. You know, he is abusive. He was very abusive in her relationship, and he had just shot her while she was pregnant in 2020. Now, mind you, he has had a lot of cases. You know, I'm gonna share a few cases with you all. And first, I'd like to read my copyright disclaimer. Taking my time and give y'all this one. I hadn't been doing times and giving times of exactly when I want to come on, because, you know, once I say I'm gonna be on here every day at 6 o'clock, then I give the devil the opportunity to keep me from getting on here at 6 o'clock. So I just been coming on here freestyling and trying to give you all the best material that I could possibly give. Again, you know, like I said, I'll be coming on as much as I possibly can, you know, at least one time a day. I can say that, you know, but again, I don't have a set time yet, because I don't have a set time in my schedule. You know, I'm constantly working to try to get better, and I'm constantly working, trying to help my wife with her real estate company, so forth and so on. And, you know, trying to follow my own dreams and ambitions as well, all in between, you know. So, like I said, I want to get back to this story because it's sad, man, how 911 do us. Why y'all got to ask so many questions? Anyway, copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 USC Sections 107, allowances made for fair uses for purposes such as criticism, comments, news report, teachers and scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Tips the balance in favor of fair use, you all. Back to this story. 911 is a joke. Get up or get down. 911 is a joke of your town. Get up or get down. Late 911, where's the bass crown? Y'all remember that? Anyway, man, that was coming up in my little community, you know, in my little era and time. And it was a song that was dedicated to 911. You know, it showed the indifferences of, you know, how these suburban areas are responding to phone calls, 911 phone calls, opposed to them, you know, referring to having the same tenacity when they take on a urban or, you know, or a call 911 emergency call from a black community. You know, that's what I was trying to say, and that's what I said. You all, excuse me for stumbling over my words. You know, I'm not the best of speaker, so everything that I tell you all, and you know, it's all coming from my heart. You know, it's coming raw and uncut, and I don't know no other way to do this thing. So I'm gonna continue to keep on going. Like I said, I want to share with you all about this clip. Her name is Jaquisha Armstrong. She was killed in May, you all. But like, I'm gonna share this video with you all, and I want you all to take the time and kind of carefully look at how the 911 responded to this lady call, because she begged and pleaded, that this man was breaking in the house. She had them call 30 minutes, to an hour, before the police even responded. So by the time that they did get to this particular individual or to this location, the man had them broke in and shot the lady grandmother, and then proceeded, to shoot this lady. Like I said, I wanted to share this story. I do have another story that's very similar to the same case, so I'm gonna let it play so that I don't cross these over, because in my mindset I want to do both of these both of these particular stories, these particular news stories, because like I said, it could share a lot of light on some of the things that we face within our own communities, because man, this was very uncalled for. I mean, this lady, she had been on the 911 call at least with two or three different service, call service, customer service, or call service. She was on the phone with two or three of them. Instead of them providing this lady with the proper help that she needed, they went on and was asking all kind of irrelevant questions that did not even matter, and then one whom presumed to be possibly a black lady was on the phone with her trying to give her some counseling advice. Well, that's not your job, 911, to give counseling advice. Your job is to make sure that these people are safe. I mean, that was the first priority of your duty, was to dispatch this to an officer that was close on the scene or in that area. I mean, that was your duty straight off the top. And like I said, I'm gonna share this. This is a very sad case to me, because like I said, this man had been in trouble numerous of times, and not only had he been assaulting this particular lady, but he had also it was a sad situation, man. So I'm just gonna go and play the clip, because like I said, I do have two cases. Oh, and the place this happened was I believe to be Memphis, Tennessee. So you all 911 callers down there, y'all need to tighten up, man. Y'all did a horrible job, and y'all doing a horrible job. When these people call in these emergency situations, y'all do the first thing y'all supposed to do: dispatch somebody. Get an officer over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, whoever is close. I mean, y'all get them there, then y'all can ask all the questions later. Y'all ask the questions later, because I'm pretty sure the same thing happened in the Uvalde situation. You got officers running around asking all these questions. Well, what they had this morning? Did they have milk or cereal? Did they have peaches or apples? Did they go to recess? All these kind of questions are irrelevant, when the lives of people are, at hand, so y'all need to cut down on the calls. I mean, the questionnaire list. I'm pretty sure y'all got a questionnaire list or a script to go by, but like I said, y'all first duty is to get an officer to this particular site. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead on and
desperate pleas from a domestic violence victim calling 911 for help. That call came just seconds before a young woman was shot and killed by her ex-boyfriend.
Well, that woman's grandmother was also shot, but somehow she survived. WREG's April Thompson has the chilling call and the message the family says she left behind. Hopes it sends.
Memphis 911 emergency. You need police, fire, and ambulance. 10:30 the night of May 5th.
What's
The
this?
call
I
came
got
from
that
this
blood
house
in
on
it,
Masterson
y'all, so-
Cove. Jarquincia Armstrong called police, begged for help.
To come now.
Do you know who's breaking in?
Yes, Justin Husky is doing it.
What's his name?
Justin Devon Husky.
She was calling as her ex-boyfriend, Justin Hudson, was breaking into her house.
Are they going in the back or the front? Where are they exactly?
In the bed. In the bed. Come through the back of the house. They should have been here 30 minutes ago. Where they at?
Police wouldn't get there in time.
She just shot my grandma. She just shot my grandma.
He just did what to your grandma? Ma'am?
She is. Shot my grandma. She got a gun. She got a head.
Okay, what did he do to your grandma?
She couldn't answer. She was gone. Justin Hudson shot 3 people that night. Jarquincia Armstrong, his ex-girlfriend who called 911, died. Her grandmother was shot in the hand. And then Hudson turned the gun on himself, killing himself. Rashonda Johnson is...
And then he killed himself. I mean, that's how sad that is, you know. He couldn't even face the music. I mean, it's some sad dudes out here, man, because like I said, man, it's going farther than just some arguments, you know. Dudes is out here killing women, man, like they some monsters. Like they some real live monsters, man. They ain't having no sympathy for it's a lady out here, man. So, man, like I said, this here was sad. I'm gonna let it go on and finish because I needed you all to hear how many times this lady had actually, you know, man, Miss Armstrong, if you can ever hear this, please do all you can to file a lawsuit against this city, you know, against the 911 dispatchers. I would sue them too. Not just the 911 dispatching company, but I would sue them as individuals because they failed to do their job. I mean, it's a simple thing. Hey, officer, we need call 734 is working this area. We need him on this emergency scene, on this phone call right now. And then y'all can ask all them other questions later. But, you know, when stuff going on, people ain't got time to, y'all want to know what color shirt he had on. Man, he breaking in right now. Do we got shorts on? Man, I don't know what he got on. He breaking in here. You know, they got too many questions. And like I said, in this question, this particular one, this dispatch lady, now they asking her, now the girl she had done everything. She step by step. She filed complaints. She got a protection order. She did everything she needed to do. The woman grilling her about the protection order. I mean, that's not your job, lady. She said she had a protective order against a particular person to get somebody out here. You know, and that's what should have been done. You know, not all the other questions. Was he there last night? Man, ain't nobody got time for that. You know, the lady was so scared and afraid. I mean, she couldn't explain that. How you expect somebody calling on a domestic call to answer all these questions? They are already nervous. You know, they're already nervous. You know, and they're afraid. They're afraid. If they was not afraid, they would not have called you in the first place. That's off the top. They would not have called you. So when receiving these calls, y'all get them people the proper help that they need. Again, you know, like I said, I'm gonna go on and let y'all finish this here.
Homicide came around and told me what had happened. In response with everything.
The grandmother, the only survivor, described the harrowing ordeal to Johnson.
He broke in the back door.
That's her mother.
And she said she looked up, he had a gun raised, and the first shot, she said she went to block Trey, and it hit her hand, and she fell on the bed. She said he told her, I done killed your grandmama. Now it's your turn.
Johnson said she didn't know much about Hudson before her daughter started dating him.
Now all that, you know, I mean, now all this time the police should have been there. He didn't already got in there. You know, they should have been on the scene. But let me tell you.
But his being 10 years older than Jaquincia worried her. She saw the violence for herself one day when Jaquincia came home from work.
He hit her,
Tell Sam.
that morning, and she be on the door. I didn't even know he was out there.
He done swung on the lady at her mama
I
house,
had the police come out to the house. And
at your in-laws' house. How you do that?
That's when the warrant and the order of protection went into order.
That restraining order was filed last December. But in April of this year, Jaquincia called
December
911
just passed.
to report
7
Hudson
months ago.
pulled her into his car and drove off. She says she was able to jump out of the moving vehicle. Listen to what happens when Jaquincia explained to the dispatcher she filed an order of protection against Hudson.
Okay, you all got all this going on between one another, but you all still being around each other? What's the point of having the paperwork on it?
Okay, we'll get them there, okay?
Because I just told you I almost lost my life.
She say, is y'all still around each other? Well, the man is coming. She had the protection order. The man is coming around her. She ain't called him over there. She was scared. You know, you asking all them questions. Is he there over there? Was he there last night? Did y'all do something? Man.
Last night, man. That's the point of having paperwork. Okay, but
She was able to jump out of the moving vehicle. Listen to what happened.
We'll get them there, okay?
Now, I keep hearing this because this is sad, man. This lady here, instead of placing the call that she needed to be placed for her, which was some emergency assistance, this woman was patronizing this lady on the phone, asking all these silly questions. All this silly stuff, man. Ain't nobody got time for them childish people to be on the phone, especially on the emergency line. You know, that's sad.
paperwork on it.
Okay, we'll get them there, okay?
Because I just told you I almost lost my life last night, man. That's the point of having paperwork. Okay, but you having access to him, you were going around him and allowing him to do this to you? I've already talked about this with somebody else. I just want to report it out right now.
Yeah, it was like the police said.
I mean,
You know, you guys failed.
the girl was calling, making a report. What's all the extra stuff about? I mean, she act like she ain't want to help in the first place. She one of the people I'm sure didn't. All she did was roll the fruit thing down. Hey. Ask her all this stuff that's irrelevant. You know, this ain't none of the questions that she asked was irrelevant to the call. It was not relevant at all.
You guys failed her, you know, because she's called. We've put reports out.
Justin Hudson had 2 warrants out for his arrest before he killed himself. They were for violating orders of protection. But WREG found his troubled history goes back
Now listen to his history.
2015, related to a break-in spree at some Whitehaven apartments. One woman said she woke up to find Hudson licking her inappropriately as she slept. Another woman woke up to find him taking off his pants. Both women say they fought back and he took off. He was also convicted of sexual battery and aggravated assault, serving 3 years behind bars. After his release, he ended up back in jail for not registering as a sex offender.
This man had the back.
He was already a sex offender. You know, he had already committed some heinous crimes against people. You know, like I said, not only, the dispatcher, the 911 call, I mean, she gave the man, she gave his name up. You know, she was not trying to protect him in no way. So they had the file. I mean, them people should have been there. You know, like I say, it's sad to say, man, rest in peace, Sister Armstrong. You know, and prayerfully, your mother, and if you you know, the child who you have, whomever you may have had, you know, you all get the justice that you all deserve. You know, like I said, the 911 failed extremely. They failed extremely. And I hope, you know, that you're able to get some assistance. You know, I wish I was a lawyer myself. You know, I sure jump on your case, but you know, perhaps, you know, somebody out there will take your case and you know, and get the justice that you all deserve. This was very senseless, and she should not have died. She should be with us today. You know, like I said, so. You know, prayers lifted and condolences still to the Armstrong family. 911 is a joke. Christ gang.